You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show.
Hello, everyone. I am not Jason Ikeler.
What?
Where is he? Crazy. I know. He's out today, so I am hosting the show. I am Chloe West, and I am joined by my two lovely co-hosts over there.
Hello, I am Christian Rosenberg.
Hi, I'm Layla Sadney.
And we have a huge after show today, you guys. We are covering 5 hours of The Voice.
We are covering 22 performances and an elimination in 45 minutes.
We can do it.
It's a speed show.
So we're going to get going. First off, I just want to say Happy Veterans Day to all of the past, present, and future people serving our amazing country. So great. Thank you guys so much for all that you do. We're going to start with last Tuesday's performance, which was another live round. We went with Team Ceelo and Team Christina. But first, I really want to talk about Christina's performance of Say Something. This was the first live premiere performance of this song, and it skyrocketed to #2 on the iTunes chart after they did it on The Voice, which I think is pretty incredible.
The power of The Voice.
The power of The Voice. Seriously.
It's a machine.
Yeah. That's incredible. #2. It's awesome. And it was so beautiful to watch Christina sing that with those guys. You know, she's so amazing. I love her. Anyways, we'll get with Team Ceelo now. Team Ceelo started off with Amber Nicole, who sang Wasting All These Tears by Cassidy Pope. What did you guys think of them doing a Voice alum?
I thought it was kind of positive, like real positive to, plug, hey, this person succeeded from The Voice. This would only boost iTunes sales even more for her.
The Voice is really good, like you said, about kind of promoting themselves and people who are within the Voice fam, whether it's Miguel or any of the mentors as well.
I just don't know if Amber was the right person to do this song.
Oh, versus like Olivia or something?
Exactly. Like Olivia or Shelby.
Yeah, I agree. I would want it to be more of like a country sounding artist to do this song.
Yeah, just because I felt like Amber to me is a pure R&B singer, pretty much only R&B. I don't really see her doing much rock, and I don't really see her doing any country.
Right. Well, maybe that's why America didn't really connect.
Maybe.
Next we have Johnny.
We're just boom, boom,
yep,
boom.
I'm going through those ones quickly. Next we have Johnny, who sang Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve.
Loved this.
Such a good song choice.
It is.
I mean, he really sounds like the original. Right? Like, that was incredible. And the quality of his voice is so cool. You know it's Johnny when he's singing, which I think is really important because, especially for iTunes and radio play, when somebody is hearing, it's great to be able to hear a voice and know who's singing immediately.
Yeah.
I think that's something really special and really unique to only certain singers, and Johnny has that.
Yeah, and when this song, he first started it, I was a little worried at first because of my whole thing, like, I don't want someone impersonating somebody. And at first, he's sounding exactly like him. But as the song progressed, he started doing some things that are not from the original, and it started, okay, this is actually Johnny's song.
Totally.
But that just happens to be his voice because he didn't change his voice to kind of sound like this one. This is how he sounds in every song.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So I loved this performance, and I've always loved this song. This is one of my favorite songs.
I was gonna say this is one of my favorite songs ever, and I thought he did the song like great justice, and he definitely has his own unique sound, and like you said, like people need to connect to that and like recognize who he is, and I think he's gonna do great.
I do agree with Adam though. Adam said that he needs to push the performance aspect of it more, and I think we saw that tonight as well.
We saw a little more of it.
He saw a little more, but I really think compared to everyone now, it is such a dynamic and dynamo show. He needs to push.
There are so many powerful performers. It's almost refreshing with this guy because he's so
laid back and cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, then we have Tamara, who sang Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive, and I love disco, so, and I love this song. The only thing with this song, though, is it's such a karaoke song. I think it's a little risky to do on a talent show, like on a voice talent show. But honestly, she was great.
I thought she did this fantastic. Like, kind of what you're saying is like, oh God, I got to hear someone else to sing I Will Survive. Oh boy.
But if anybody,
but it was fun.
Her was great.
She did a great job with it.
And she brought it. Like, there's no denying she's talented. I just sort of agreed with America on this one. I just didn't connect with her.
And see, I felt that this was the most energy that she displayed in all of her performances this season.
Yes, and her ending was great.
Yeah.
Her ending killed it. But
I feel like this song, like you said, it's a karaoke song. I think it like kind of like scares people off, but it's just like a turn off for some reason. Like it's just like
because everyone's done this.
Yeah, it's just like, oh really? I don't know.
It's tough because she did do it really well and she is super talented, but you know, there's only so much you can do with that.
Right.
Like, when everybody's super talented on the show, you have to, song choice becomes so important. And now that they're charting on iTunes, people have to want to download it. Right. Does anyone really want to download I Will Survive anymore?
No.
You know, like you want the original, and that's kind of all you need.
I already own 4 different renditions.
Maybe
of
if one of the guys
iTunes.
sang it and it was a rock version, you know, that could have been cool.
Matthew's the only one that could sing this. He's the only one that can
do anything.
Oh, Matthew.
Let's get into a girl, one of your girls who can do anything, Miss Cat.
Yeah, she can.
Catitude Cat. She sang She Keeps Me Warm, and she sang the Mary Lambert version, you know, just the full version of it. And she was amazing. She was beautiful.
I love this. What I was live tweeting, like for each performance on this the other night, and I said like, even when she's soft, she's incredibly powerful.
Yes, she is a powerhouse.
That's all I can think. Like, this is the slow, soft song of Kat. We saw the soft side of her, and where even Adam wasn't a fan of it because like he wants the power of Kat because she's so damn good at it. I was just like, it's just so soft and nice, and I don't know. I couldn't put it in the words because I just thought like she can do this.
Yeah, I think she's such an entertainer and such a performer, and she's very theatrical, and she's used to being that rock girl, like in your face, but this was just such a nice change. And there are moments of it actually reminded me of like Cher back in the day.
Oh, interesting.
But like in a good way. Yeah, but I think
Cher's always in a good way.
Yeah, like in a great way.
What color hair was Cher having at the time?
Oh, probably black.
Yeah.
Cher hair. Cher hair.
Yeah, but she's great. So
after watching this, first off, I cried while watching this because it was so touching, and she brings so much emotion to each song she sings. I want her to play Maureen in Rent. Did anybody else feel that while they were watching her perform this?
Yeah.
It just came to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to see her do it. She could do it.
Totally.
And I think she will eventually. I think she'll totally be on Broadway at some point because she's so theatrical.
She is very.
And she just connects. She connects. Let's get into Caroline Pennell, who did the White Stripes' We're Gonna Be Friends, and incredible.
It was great.
Incredible.
I don't know why I couldn't get into this one.
Stop it. Are you serious?
I enjoy everything about her, but this was just kind of one of those like, all right.
I thought this was the perfect song for her. Actually.
Yeah, I thought you couldn't pick a better song.
No, I agree. Yeah. I thought it was a great song choice, and she delivered it well, but for some reason, it was just something that was just like, all right, it's another Caroline song to me.
But
I don't know why. I don't know why I felt that way, but I just...
No.
I really disagree with you on that one. I really think that the way she performed it made it sound like the song was written for her.
Like it was her own song.
Yeah.
It was just...
And Blake, can we talk about Blake's analogies?
This will be in a movie soundtrack.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Oh, you're totally
That's where
right.
this is going.
Some kind of like Juno or something, for sure. But Blake's analogies are hilarious. Everything he says is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, and it cracks me up.
Yeah.
It's so funny. So that ends Team Ceelo for Tuesday night. That was his whole team. A pretty awesome team.
Overall, great performances
Really
by them.
tough, really tough. And now let's get into Team Christina, which started off with Josh Logan, who sang Crazy by Ceelo. Another Voice fam in here. Christina loves doing this. I think she's the biggest champion of The Voice, of having her people sing.
Yeah, that's the whole
coach's
That's the whole
songs.
little trick to it, because then they download their coach's songs.
All right. I need to say something about Josh here, because I feel like Josh is my arch nemesis on this show for some odd reason.
He's sort of the Swan Brothers of this season for us, I think.
Josh, and we were talking in the screening room about this. I actually enjoyed this performance of Josh, which is hard for me to say, because this was the first one to me where I felt like this was Josh trying to be Josh.
Interesting.
And he kind of went over the top with the riffs, as Adam was kind of saying, but to me he made this song a Josh song. This wasn't a Gnarls Barkley song.
Which is funny, because I felt like I was becoming a fan of Josh before this performance, and after this performance I was like, nope, he lost me.
See, it's funny because we're the complete opposite of that.
Yeah.
Decide and vote.
No, I agree. I didn't like the song at all. I didn't like him singing it.
He just...
It was like,
I don't know. It was just a letdown, and I think Ceelo had made a really good point when he said, Ceelo's like, I'm a part-time rapper. You know, he kind of joked on himself.
Oh, yeah.
But he said that, like, this part, you need to spit the words out. It's spitting the words out. Like, he wrote it like that specifically. And I think that's why the song moves in the Gnarls Barkley version, is because he's spitting the words out, and then the choruses are long.
Right.
You know, it's that juxtaposition of the two. And without it, I just was so blasé. I was so bored.
It was boring.
And he's talented, you know. There's no denying he is talented. I don't see what Christina sees in him.
Christina loves him.
Christina's obsessed with him, and I don't know why.
Yeah. We'll get into it later when we get into eliminations.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Olivia Henkin, who did Roar by Katy Perry. So she did a crossover, which has actually been happening a lot on The Voice this season. Country stars are doing R&B, or R&B stars are doing country. And so Olivia, who's country, did pop. And I really think that she did a really great job with it, but there was something missing for me, and I really love Olivia, and I love this song by Katy Perry. I really love it, but there was something that I just wanted. I wanted more.
I'm 100% on board with you. I'm like, okay, this is an interesting pairing. We'll see how it goes. I thought she did good, but it's just like, this isn't how the song should be.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's it. I think it was the arrangement.
I feel like, I don't know what it was either, but I felt like that the song was a mistake for her. Like, I just feel like it was the wrong song.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the arrangement was too slow. It felt like she wanted to pump it
should have
up.
been faster.
It sounds like somebody found the lyrics on a piece of paper like 100 years in the future and decided to sing it in church.
Oh, ouch.
Wow.
Burn, Steven. But her last roar was like so crazy. It was so great. And I think Christina is giving the most spot-on notes this season. And I loved her note about the wall of sound. Because I think on a lot of singing competition shows, people just want to push sound out. They think pushing makes them a good singer. And we're seeing now that there's so many talented singers, anyone can push sound, but beginning with the vulnerability, you know, beginning with it, making it softer, and then coming into it and really creating that build.
You create a story with your voice.
Yes, and Christina's on that was just so right on.
Yep.
So awesome. So yeah, Olivia, you know, was like, it was great, but you know, you're not in love with it.
Right.
Let's go on to Stephanie Ann Johnson, who did Georgia on My Mind by Ray Charles, which was...
I love that one.
Oh my God, what a great song choice for her. So in her wheelhouse. So something I feel like only she could really bring.
I agree that it's something that only she could bring, but this was the same problem as I Will Survive. You've heard so many people make arrangements of this.
Interesting.
Why would people want to download another one?
Right.
And also just such, you know, again, we kind of talked about this last week with the whole Rod Stewart thing. A lot of people that vote and do downloads are teenagers. They don't really know Ray Charles.
That's false.
I think they do.
Well, a lot of people were saying that you were crazy, and last week Rod Stewart saying...
No, so many people tweeted me saying that they were like, I'm 13 and I know who Rod Stewart is.
All the comments on YouTube were like, I'm 15, I never heard that song.
Oh my God, that's so crazy.
But this song, I mean, most people have heard the song. It's Ray Charles.
Right.
I don't know.
Right, there was just a movie. I don't know. I just think that's crazy. Because it's not like we were around for Ray Charles. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, well, we know the song. She sang it great. She was all over the scale. It was incredible. Her control is incredible. I just feel like no one knows how to connect with her. No one knows where to place her. So it's tough to make that connection, which I think is why America, didn't vote her through. But now we get into probably the biggest front runner on the show right now, Matthew Schuler, who did Wrecking Ball.
Oh,
Dear God.
I mean.
Oh
This kid is so powerful.
He did
He's so
Miley
incredible.
Cyrus.
Yes.
And in Miley Cyrus, he made it vulnerable. It's just the total package. I mean, the judges' comments were hilarious because not one of them, they hate him because they know he's so good.
Like all the judges, we hate you so much because you're not on my team.
Yeah.
This is the guy to beat.
Oh my God.
Blake's comment.
And you know what's funny is we've seen in the past with The Voice that contestants who do good consistently week to week are not front runners. You know what I mean? The judges seem to keep going with them. Matthew is totally the opposite. I think he's an anomaly when it comes to these kinds of shows. He can
do everything.
He can do anything. He can do everything. He's proving it. And the fans are coming. They're showing up. They're voting.
I really think Matthew has that quality to connect with people, and people feel like his emotions when he performs. Every time he performs, that gives me goosebumps.
He's a young, good-looking, athletic guy, church guy. I mean, he connects with so many things, and the fact that he's doing Miley Cyrus.
I love that a guy covered
Can you imagine
if
he was on last season with Usher?
Oh my God, I can't even imagine.
Usher would have pulled him out of the competition and be like, screw this, you're just going on tour with me now.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is that I think shows like this, Matthew was made for shows like this.
Yes.
These shows are for people like Matthew who are so talented and who are working at a bagel shop.
Right.
And they come on this show and now they're really going to be doing what they're meant to be doing. And I don't even care what genre he does after the show. He is going to be amazing at anything he does. It's good. I'm so excited. And then let's get into somebody else who shows like this were made for, who after this song blew me away.
Yes.
I feel like I'm her biggest fan. Jackie Lee saying, I put a spell on you, and she just murdered it. I mean, Christina made a really good point when she chose the song. She said that this song gives singers, space to do whatever, and Jackie milked it.
She took her time slowly.
Oh my
God.
God.
She's 16 years old. Let's just talk about that first of all.
Right?
She is a high school guy's dream.
She's my dream. I want to be her. I want to be you, Jackie Lee.
I want to go back to high school and muster up the courage to ask her to prom.
Right.
I mean,
she's just so cool.
Yeah, sweetheart.
Yes.
Gorgeous, great voice.
After this performance tonight, because the whole time I'm thinking in my mind, Matthew Cat. We've been talking about forever. Matthew Cat.
Jackie's incredible.
Oh my God, Jackie's going to win this thing.
Yeah. I just can't even talk about her because she's so talented and she's, beautiful and just packaged.
And I see why Christina relates, connects with her because Christina and her have that soulful, old school voice from a young age.
So much soul. And
perfect coach for her.
I mean, the whole time, my notes are you kidding me? How?
Mine is sick.
Seriously. How?
Sick could
That's the question 16. Of the night. How? You're 16. How do you sound like this?
And how do you know where to pull it from?
Yeah.
The amount of soul within this girl is you're just born with that. Because where is she pulling that from as a 16-year-old? You know why, older women can, they have life experience to pull this from. This girl is in another life, she must have, I don't even know. She must have been, some gospel singer woman down south. I don't know what she must have been doing, but she has it.
Oh my
and I am loving watching her and Christina's relationship develop over the show. It's just incredible. What?
That's 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not Danielle Bradbury 16.
No.
That's woman 16 there.
That's unreal. Incredible. So she closed out the show, and now we're going to get into the live eliminations, which was Thursday night show. The Voice is the only show that can do 3 nights a week.
And all
5 hours in a week.
Top the charts.
Yes.
You kidding me? This is the best show on television. Thank you very much. So Thursday's live elimination show. America votes in 2, and then the judge gets to save 1.
Yep.
So 2 people from each team were eliminated. And what I think is incredible is that every single person charted on iTunes this week. That is incredible.
How what's the number for the technically chart? Is it 100? Is it 50? What is it? 200?
No, I think it's 200.
200?
Because when I was looking at everyone charting for tonight's show, which I will get into, everybody that charted there seemed to be people in the hundreds as well.
Okay.
But anyways, I mean, you guys, they're going against Katy Perry. They're going against Eminem,
Yeah.
Rihanna.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the beauty of The Voice.
that's crazy. They're charting against these people, and some in the top 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, like these people go on tour, like
These
millions and
people have
millions of fans.
Yeah.
platinum albums. It's like, oh, I just did a performance on The Voice tonight.
That's the beauty of it.
That's
though.
what's amazing.
The power of The Voice.
Exactly.
Yes,
It's a machine.
So Team Blake started out, and Team Blake, what I loved is that their teams performed, and then they went into the elimination. So it kind of broke it up. It made it a little nicer.
Yeah.
It wasn't such a. Usually elimination shows are kind of dragged out and boring, and they didn't have to do that. You know, they had a lot to do. They sang.
Steven, that's going to be from Monday. We're just finishing
you
up
can
the
go ahead
eliminations
and
real quick.
Yeah, we don't have any songs
Take
yet.
5.
So Team Blake did Free Ride, which I thought was really fun, and I loved when Cole and Austin jumped in with the band, and I just am so cheesy. I love these group performances. I do. I think they're great. Though Nick's dance moves, you guys, can we talk about those? Because those were adorable. And I want to talk about the elimination because I'm really going to miss Nick. America saved Austin, which I was actually pretty shocked about.
I was shocked he was the first one announced, but it didn't surprise me that America picked him as one of the 2.
I was surprised because compared to Nick, who I felt like had a really big Twitter following, and Shelby.
What did I say at the beginning of last week? Did you forget what I said?
I did forget. What'd you say?
Because the 3 that advanced were the 3 that I said would. Because of the crazy world that is iTunes.
Right.
And the songs that they were singing.
Right. So Austin, and then after Austin was saved, my little heart is so scared for Cole because I'm like, I'm thinking I'm the only one in the world who loves Cole.
I love Cole.
And yeah, like we're the only people.
Great.
We're the only people who love Cole. America's not going to relate to Cole. That's what I'm thinking. It's like I love the bluesy kind of thing. So I'm like, I love Cole. Please, America, please. And I'm like, because I think that if America chose Shelby, that, you know, Blake would feel the same thing. I was feeling America's not going to connect to Cole. But thank you, America. Cole was saved. I'm blown away. I'm so happy. And so Cole's saved, which means that Blake had to save someone. And I think Blake had the hardest decision between Nick, Shelby, and Ray. 3 completely different artists.
They're all so different.
Oh, yeah.
And all different genres, so good. And I would see why he would save any of them. And he chose Ray, and I see why, because I really think that Blake as an artist, Ray is the most like Blake. So Blake could really actually teach Ray something. Where with Shelby, who is country, you know, a country female singer, he's like, I can help you connections-wise, and I think that's what he's saying. And then little Nick, I think Blake is in over his head with Nick.
Yeah.
I think it was definitely in over his head, but I also think, you know, based on their performances, I felt out of the 3 of them, Ray had the best performance last week.
You know what? You're right. I think so too.
And you got to go with that. I mean, both Shelby and Nick had very fun performances, but but there was something about Ray's performance that really brought it for me.
Ray's unique. He's different than any other artist that's out there or that's even like on the show. So I think
he's sort of the only like super cute guy too.
That's true.
You know, so it's kind of good to save him. So Blake's team now is Ray, Austin, and Cole. So he's kind of rocking this.
There you go.
This like man team.
Yeah.
The manly team.
Yes, and next was Team Ceelo, who performed "Give a Little Bit," which was awesome. But the choreo for this team was terrible. The choreography was so awkward.
It kind of was.
But I thought Kat shined the most out of this team. Did you guys feel that?
Well, she's the leader of the team.
Yeah.
She's the leader of Team Ceelo to me.
Yeah, you're right. But you know what's funny is I was thinking these group performances are super important if the judge is saving someone.
Yes.
Because this is their last chance. And I think that helped Kat. Because she stood out, you know, like even if Ceelo, I think Ceelo would have picked her anyways without this group performance, but it still leaves a good taste in his mouth.
Yeah, I think that's the part of the point of the group performances is like who's going to stand out the most out of everyone. Let's look at them and see who pops out.
It's group performances are kind of awkward a little bit because everybody has such a different genre.
Oh, yeah.
And then trying to sing one song and like trying to make it their own and trying to stand out. It's sort of this weird,
mixture.
tug and pull. But America saved Caroline Pennell and Johnny Gray.
I'm honestly surprised that America saved Caroline.
Really, I was going to say surprised about Johnny.
I'm not surprised that Caroline advanced, but I was in shock that Kat was not one of the two that America saved.
I was shocked. I really thought that America was Kat.
I was thinking it was Kat.
too.
I was thinking all the way Kat and Johnny were the two that were going to be saved.
It's interesting because Kat said something today on the show about how people were contacting her, like they thought she did a good job, but they loved the rock in her.
Yeah.
And they missed that, which is interesting because we've been kind of saying, yeah, you can do a good job on the show, but the song choice is so important. And that's America sort of saying that, you know, like you killed it, but we want to hear this from you, and we didn't. So Ceelo did save Kat, which is awesome.
Yes.
Thankfully.
But he had a tough decision to make because those were three powerhouse girls standing there.
Yeah.
It was the three powerhouses. The two laid back ones advanced.
Yeah.
And then he had to
Isn't
choose
that funny?
between his heavy hitters.
There's a lot of rockers on the show this season, too.
love
it. Yeah.
Rockers are advancing. The R&Bers are sort of falling behind a little bit. So that's Team Ceelo. We have Caroline Pennell, Johnny Gray, and Kat. Kind of a rocker vibe, all different genres of rock, but of all coaches, Team Ceelo.
It's the rocker one.
Caroline needs to do some like folk, like something with like more folky. The stuff she's been doing is just I don't know.
We'll get into it.
some Ben Folds.
Yeah. So now we're going to go into Team Christina, who's saying Love Somebody. And this was my favorite group performance. The choreography was a little bit awkward, I will admit it, but this was my favorite group performance of all of them. I just felt it like it was a piece. Everyone was together.
It's more of a group.
Yes. And America saved Jackie Lee and Matthew Schuler. No surprise.
Shock. No shock.
You know, I think this was my
Surprise.
favorite group performance. Is Team Christina was just incredible.
Yeah.
She's got a
I mean,
killer team.
she has Jackie and Matthew, not to mention Olivia and Josh, whatever.
But then she saves Josh
And she saved
over Olivia.
over Olivia and Stephanie.
I was more shocked about Olivia.
Me too. I really thought Stephanie and Josh did their thing. They did good. America saw them.
Yeah.
Let them go.
Yeah.
It's competition time.
Yeah.
Olivia's in.
We need the country singer.
You need
Yeah.
the hot country singer.
There's no girl country singer
There
on the
isn't.
show this season. After girls have won, girl country singers have been winning the voice.
last two.
Is Christina not paying attention? I mean,
Yeah.
come on. So I'm shocked. I don't get it. I don't see what she likes in Josh. I'm sorry. I just don't.
I don't know, but
I don't either.
now it's in
She likes
America's
them.
hands.
Yeah. But we'll get into America later with Josh because I got some interesting stuff for you guys.
Okay.
Yep. So now we go into Team Adam, who said safe and sound. And Preston is so cool. Preston was really
love
cool.
Preston. I'm so bummed.
I'm bummed, but I get it. And the worst group performance, I thought. But America voted in James Wolpert and Tess Ann Chin, who I'm really not surprised on either. They were both really awesome. And Adam had to save someone, and I am so thankful that Adam saved Will. Thank you, Adam. I love Will.
I mean, I even said last week, like, I would have liked to see Gray have one more, but Will was the better choice. But Will was the better choice.
Yes.
He's the real deal, I know.
All right.
And I just wanted to let you know before you even start, as we start breaking down all the Monday performances, because they're in the order of how they perform tonight. They're not in the order of the coaches, how we normally go through.
Interesting.
So we're just going to have to go in the order, and I just realized that as we're going into it now.
well,
My bad. I have the order.
don't know what
I have
the
the
order
order.
is.
I have the order. Okay, so we started with the first singer tonight was Caroline.
So Caroline Pennell, who's saying "Wake Me Up." Now, before we get into all the performances, really, we need to talk about this new Twitter voting.
Oh, yeah.
So
this is
basically, actually, if you can pause this for a sec, Steven, this is super important. So now The Voice is doing on Tuesday nights after they announce the bottom three. So now the bottom three is not done by teams; it's just overall bottom three. you have 5 minutes to get on Twitter and to vote.
And go nuts.
But what's important to remember is that it's East Coast time. So West Coasters, which is us, and, you know, half the country, we have to be paying attention to what's going on the East Coast, so we have to be on Twitter then.
Earlier.
You have 5 minutes, and you get to just hashtag, is it The Voice Save?
The Voice Save.
The Voice Save,
The Voice
and
Save.
the Twitter.
And whoever
Or
you're
the name
trying to
of
save.
the
the name,
The
yeah.
name of the
Anyone's
person
name.
trying to save.
So that means that Twitter followers are very important. So not only are iTunes votes counting, if you get in the top 10, if you chart in the top 10, it's ×5, which is crazy anyways.
Well, last season was ×10.
Right, which I'm glad they've brought it down. And now we have Twitter saves.
And you
which are
can
super
retweet
cool.
too. Like all the retweets count as
Yeah.
well, they said.
That's incredible. That's crazy. So now we get into Caroline, who's saying, "Wake me up." Caroline has 24,521 followers. So about, she has a lot. That's a lot of followers on
Yeah.
Twitter. And right now, her Wake Me Up is charting at number 76 currently. So she's in the top 100 on iTunes with around 24,000 Twitter followers. She's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
She's doing pretty good, and that kind of surprised me because I did not like this performance tonight. I thought it had no energy at all. And this is a fun, happy song to be bobbing around the stage, clapping your hands, have a good time with
But
it.
is Caroline that kind of performer?
No, I don't think she
No.
is.
Then she shouldn't be doing this song.
Interesting. I thought it was her first upbeat song. She was super cute, but I kind of agree with you. It wasn't my favorite performance of hers. I loved last week, but we'll see. We'll see how.
I thought it was kind of boring, but I think for whatever reason, the audience, people connect with her.
Yeah,
and
she's great.
Middle America, they probably love her.
Again,
you know?
it's the kid vote. I mean, the kids get the votes. They do.
I agree with that to an
Taylor
extent.
Swift syndrome.
Exactly.
I don't really think she's a Taylor Swifter. She's just a young, different, talented
different
girl.
sounding.
Oh, she's very talented, no
Yes.
question about that.
And her thing is different, and she's not totally Regina Spektor. She's not totally on that extreme level. She's a very middle ground of it, and I see why the audience connects. Who's up next?
Next was Josh.
Okay, so
And
now we go
Josh
into
doing
Josh.
Man in the Mirror.
Man in the Mirror is one of my favorites.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. Josh has. So I was worried that I was just hating on Josh, but you know what? Josh only has 8,900 followers on Twitter, and he's not charting yet. So Christina, I don't know what you're seeing, but America is on our side, on the AfterBuzz TV team side.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm just in my notes. I just have that he was mellow, he has a good voice, but he has no star quality.
Right.
I think that's what it is.
Yes.
There's no star quality with him.
This song,
Totally.
This song, and this kind of goes along those lines. I felt that this song, as it picks up, this song featured the backup singers.
Yes, I wrote that as well. I wrote that as well.
That was in my notes.
Yeah.
I thought this song really showed off the backup singers for The Voice tonight.
And Ceelo said he was his favorite vocalist. What? America, just do your thing, because I think we all are feeling the same about Josh. We're all a little confused. And honestly, I don't want to spend any more time on him. Who's next?
Next after that
James.
was James. Let's talk about James destroying
Wilper.
the stage.
All right, guys. James Wilper sang Mr. Brightside by The Killers. Amazing. Brilliant choice by Adam.
Incredible
Yeah, I
choice.
For
agree
a
with
few
that.
reasons. Politically, The Killers just came out with a record this week,
Oh.
which was their greatest hits, basically a greatest hits record. So brilliant.
Smart move.
Good job, Adam. Not only good job for that, but good job because he was amazing. This song, James is probably the best performer next to Kat, but I really think that James, it comes from such a natural place. He worked the stage. He killed it. He's so dynamic. It was amazing. James has 16,000 followers on Twitter. So up there, not as many as Caroline, but up there.
And what I love was, I felt first off that note, secondly, he finally really started doing some stage presence.
Yeah.
He was marching around, kind of strutting a little bit.
More than that,
Like
even.
Adam
Yeah.
said, you turned into a rock star in front of our eyes,
Yeah.
and I love that. He really did. That's how
He
I felt.
really did.
He turned
worked
into
that stage.
As great of a singer he is tonight, he turned into a performer.
Yeah.
He's such a stud. Like,
So good.
I have such a crush on him. He's such a rock star. He also said the most adorable thing. He said, I want to stay asleep as long as I can because this is a dream. I love that. I love
Such an artist.
I love him. And I mean,
Am I the only one who's going to say he doesn't really like it very much?
oh my God, yeah, you're a crazy person.
How do you not like this?
I mean,
I think you probably.
I feel like it's just all right. Like, I listen to the other performances and I'm like, these are amazing. I listen to this, I'm like, oh.
You need to watch him.
You need to watch it,
You need to
though.
watch him do
Yeah.
it. He's honestly one of the best. I did not write down where he's charting, but I know that his song from last week is still charting.
Yeah.
So he has a song from last week, which they're still counting. Plus, this week, I'm sure James will be fine.
Yep. And then after that, we have Austin.
Austin Jenks from Team Blake. Austin saying, seriously, this was like Chloe Day on The Voice because this is
Chloe
another top 10 favorite of mine. Travis Tritt's It's a Great Day to Be Alive. It's seriously one of my favorite songs. Austin has 10,000 followers on Twitter. I did not see this song charting yet. I didn't see it. Maybe I missed it. I'm bummed because this is one of my favorite songs, so I'm sure it will be charting.
Well, you know those country fans are going to come out there.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to show up.
And he did a good job. I mean, I want a little bit more attitude out of him. This Travis Tritt has so much attitude in country in general. Because the songs, you just have to bring attitude to bring a story. He needed attitude in the beginning and then to really come through and mean it. And I think in this one as well, like in Josh's, the background girls were really featured, especially in the chorus.
They were definitely featured a lot in the chorus. But to me, I feel Austin is the most underrated out of all of them.
I really don't see it. I don't know why, because normally this type of singer is my jam. I just don't see it with Austin.
And I think a lot of the appeal is pretty much kind of what Blake said, that everyone wants, like, of all the people who remain on The Voice, he's the one you just want to go to the bar and hang out with.
He's just like an everyday guy.
He's a regular.
But you know what's funny? Like, Zach Brand Band is one of my favorite songs of all time, or favorite bands of all time. And you feel like he would be something like that.
That's what
but
I was thinking.
He's not, though. And I think what it is the Zach Brown Band brings a quality of love and, like, you just love them. And I think he's missing.
Bring emotion.
He needs to bring a softer side. I think with what Blake did with Ray this week, he needs to do with Austin.
Yeah.
If Austin continues, he needs to have him do a love song. And then I think I'll be able to see what's going on. Because so far he's just doing, like, meaningful songs.
Like, it's almost like the bar band songs, like the guy you hear in the bar, you know?
And maybe that's why it's not working, is because it's like after 1 or 2 or 3 or every time you sing, I'm over it. I want to see something else. Who's next?
Jackie.
Jackie.
Our girl, Jackie Lee. Jackie Lee sang, Christina's amazing at choosing songs for her artists.
Yes.
Yeah,
She's
she is.
probably, next to Blake, she's probably the best. She sang Love is Blind by Jack White. I mean, amazing. Jackie has 25,937 followers. So I think Jackie, no, she doesn't have the most. She has the second most. But Jackie's up there. And she's charting right now, number 38. Number 38 on iTunes.
I'm almost at 1,000 Twitter followers. Does that count?
That's awesome. You're awesome.
The big note that I took in this song was she took a dark song and brought it to light.
Okay, I
I
want us to hear the scream that's about to happen. Because, like, this
girl's
little
amazing.
girl.
This girl's amazing.
Yeah, she is. I love that she brought like the rock side to it too.
Well,
my
and she
gosh,
goes
she
down
rocked that
here where it's soft, and then she'll scream, and it's just so dynamic.
It really is.
Yeah, and she got really like angry in the song
She's
too at one
controlling her
point.
dynamics. The pitches, just the stage presence, just like you see Christina, she's rocking.
Yeah. That part. Yeah.
She stopped singing there. I'm so sick of it.
Yeah, she let it out.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's hard to stop at singing,
And then to go back.
speak, go right back into it. I mean, killing it. She's so incredible. I would love to see her perform with Jack White. You know how in the finale they bring on people?
Yes.
I don't think this is like Jack White's thing, but he
No.
always has girls. He only performs with girls.
He does always perform with
and
girls.
I think it would be amazing to see her dressed in blue.
He would perform with more of like a Caroline.
You know what? I can see that, but I don't think he would. because the girls he performs with are like super talented and are usually like sassy black girls, and I think that he would see, if he sees this, he'll be like, I want, and she's so young. I could see him performing with Caroline as well. I just think he has that quality. Yeah. So he would love to be, juxtaposed against this. I mean, what is else there to say besides
amazing,
the best, amazing, incredible? Like, you can't compete. You just cannot compete with her.
She's finale. Finale. Without question.
Top 2.
Without a question.
At least.
Thank goodness they're not doing teams voting out teams, because her and Matthew are on the same team. Oh. Thank goodness. Team Christina is crazy.
I'm going to be the lookalike guy again. You know who she looks like?
Who does she look like?
She looks like Selena Gomez mixed with Anna Paquin.
Huh.
Interesting. I can definitely see the Selena Gomez in there.
Yeah.
I see Anna a little bit. I don't know. Not relevant. Okay, who's next?
Are you ready to brace yourself? Let's do Ray.
Oh. All right, y'all. So Ray,
This is why I told you to brace yourself.
Probably my favorite song right now. Not probably, definitely my favorite song now. I'm obsessed with John Legend. Even hearing this song, I'm like, I can't even talk. He sang All of Me by John Legend. I can't even speak. I love this song so much. So Ray has 18,000 followers on Twitter. A lot. That's a lot.
That's good, yeah.
He's charting right now at number 58, which I'm not surprised because this song is John's single out right now. Mm-hmm. Watch the music video, you guys. If you don't like John Legend, you don't know John Legend, you will fall in love. It's impossible not to. He wrote the song about his wife.
Yeah.
I mean, Chrissy Teigen.
Yeah.
Hey, girl, I'm obsessed with you. I just love them. So anyways, back to The Voice, back to Ray. Ray did really well. I do think Christina's notes, though, are completely valid and completely on. Mm-hmm. When I was listening to him, it sounds great, and I connected with him, and finally, I think the women connected with him, too. I think
definitely.
Blake is brilliant in this choice, and I think that's why Blake saved him, is because Blake...
The good-looking guy.
Good-looking guy, and Blake is like, you know what? He's like, you know what? If this was me, I would know what I would need to do. I would need to do a love song. So I think he can just relate it back to himself and be a good coach.
Right.
And he's being a good coach. And I think he did a good job because I was very scared for you, Ray. And you did good.
I thought it really showed off the soft side of Ray, which we haven't seen yet. And I thought it was something that even Blake said, like, we need to do more of this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It worked.
And I do. I think it was a plan that worked, and I think he'll be safe.
I think he will. I mean, according to iTunes, and he has enough Twitter followers compared to everybody else to be saved.
You know, like all the women watching fell in love with him, and after that performance especially. So
yeah, and I think his next song should be a country love song. He needs to swing back into country. Great doing a crossover. Swing back though. Mm-hmm. Swing back into country, and he's got it. Who's up next?
Cat.
Miss Cat, your girl.
Oh my God, this is so great.
Cat attack, cat attitude, cat.
She stage dove.
She did one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, so she did Sail. And
what a great choice.
Cat has 11,000 Twitter followers. So not as many as the others, but she's charting at 80 right now. Mm-hmm. So I think Kat can really... Kat, if you come on our show, Kat, we've been in talks with her to come on, so everybody tweet with her to come on, and it'll be awesome. Same with Will. We've been talking to Will, too. I mean, her opening was great. She killed the... first off, Kat loves these high-waisted shorts, and I love her in them.
Yes.
I'm not complaining.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain.
No. She's a rock star. She's stage dove.
Yeah,
she's going to be killing it.
No one I can remember in the history of the show works the stage better than her.
I don't know. James really worked it tonight.
Yeah, but
hers is like calculated.
Like professional,
you know what I mean? Like
calculated. She knows her moves.
She's choreographed. She choreographs it.
Exactly.
For sure.
And this is the type of song that they were talking we want out of her. Just the rock, the screaming, just destroying everything.
What I love about her though is she has such a performance, but she also hits all the notes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that's really, really hard.
So hard
At the level she performs, it is so hard to do that. And you know what's gonna be awesome is I'm gonna go to Coachella and I'm gonna see Kat. You know what I mean? Like I can't wait.
Yeah. She stage dove and still hit the note.
Yes.
Yes, she didn't miss a beat.
Not a beat.
Hard.
And I really want to see her. She performs at such a high level, such a rock star level. I want to see her do a Yeah 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 song.
Ooh.
Because when you see the yeahs live, they're like this.
Yeah.
Just so good.
So I think she's doing okay. She's charting at 80. I think she'll only go up, and she has. I think Twitter followers will save her because only one person is leaving next week.
No, two.
Two leave?
Yeah, they're going down to 10.
Oh, geez. Josh definitely.
We'll get to that at the very end. We'll get to our predictions at the end.
Nervous. Okay, who's up next?
Johnny.
Mr. Johnny Gray, our veteran. Happy Veterans Day to you, Johnny. He sang Another Day in Paradise by Phil Collins. He has 11,000 followers. So he has a little bit more than Kat. He has 11,788. And you know what? I felt like I was like, good.
Yeah.
But
the
just
song
good
didn't
for me.
excite me at all.
But again, this was, and I feel like it was at fault to where he was in the order for going after Kat in that incredible rock performance, and Johnny was Johnny. He was mellow. He was laid back. He did a great job with it, but it's just like we're on such a high
but
from
you
that
know
performance.
What? He could have done something that James did last week, where you bring it down and you bring the audience in. You know what I mean? You make them lean in.
He did not do that like James did last week. You're right. You're absolutely right about that.
So you could do something like that. Like you can go from a Cat to a calm, cool, chill, but you have to make them lean in, and he just didn't.
Yeah. You need that, like, to break it up in the show, you know? And he went before Matthew, too, so.
Oh, poor guy. He was sandwiched in between
he was sandwiched in between a bunch of people.
So we'll see how America votes.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we have Matthew up next.
No, it's Tassan next.
Oh, Tassan is next.
Yep.
So Miss Tassan, y'all. Miss Tassan has 73,000 Twitter followers.
That's kind of the most.
She has the most by a lot.
Okay,
by like 50,000 lot.
So this like instant save thing, I don't think she has to worry about that.
But no, the only thing is though, I think she has a lot, they may be international.
I'm sure.
Which is tricky if the voice, like, does Jamaica have the voice yet? Sometimes other countries don't get it till next season.
Or they have their own.
Or they have their own. So, they really have to be on Twitter to save her. So I think that might work. I mean, obviously she has 50,000 more than the next person.
Yeah.
So that is a lot. I would just be interested to see how many are in the U.S.
But then it's also just a matter of you also got to think a lot of them are just going to be like who follows The Voice on Twitter, which is millions of people.
True. She sang My Kind of Love. I didn't see if it was charting yet, so I don't have the info on that.
I just want her to sing. She's got such an amazing voice. I want her to do some sort of like current trendier song, or even like a rock song and make it like her own.
Yeah, we were talking about it. It might be the song choice. I don't know what it is, but she's an amazing performer, a great singer. And the last few performances, I just have not been able to get into.
And you know what? I think we figured it out. I think Adam is the worst at choosing songs. He doesn't choose smart songs. He chooses songs that they are great for them vocally. And she's incredible. She's so talented. She could be a Matthew. She could be a Jackie.
Totally.
But he's just not giving her the song.
He's not cutting her loose.
No, and it's sad. And I'm bummed. And I think he really needs to focus. Adam needs to look at current songs. Christina's so smart, giving people current songs, and even Ceelo giving her Sail.
Adam's giving who he wants current songs, I feel like.
True. And I think he just loves Tassan so much. And he's like, she can do whatever she wants. Here you go. But it's not enough. Let's move on.
Matthew.
Who's next? So now we have Mr. Matthew. All right.
Oh my gosh.
You guys, I have to give you these stats before we even hear it because
and I think they've upgraded according to the chat roll. I think they've even higher now.
So he sang Hallelujah by Jeff Buckley. He has 24,000 Twitter followers. He's number 9 on iTunes.
According to the chat roll about 15 minutes ago, he's up to 6.
Yes. That was one of the best covers of that song I've ever heard. That's one of my favorite songs.
Number 6.
Number 6.
That's next to Miley. 5. That's next to Monster by Eminem and Rihanna. Come on, Matthew. Come on. So he sang Hallelujah. He did amazing. You can't do better than he did.
No.
You literally cannot.
You can't.
No.
This was.
Christina was crying. Come on.
Christina was crying. He was crying. Everyone was.
Is there a song? Oh, apparently now according to Chiro, he's up to 5. Is there?
What if he hits number 1? Would you believe
Is there a type of song that he cannot do?
No, I don't think so. He did Wrecking Ball.
Yeah.
He did Hallelujah.
He does everything.
He did Florence and the Machine. Come on.
Yeah.
Nothing. You know, he's incredible. He's amazing. Honestly, it was almost unfair for him to sing this because he's so talented. It's almost unfair.
Yeah.
It's disgusting amazing.
There's nothing else to
you
say.
Can see it,
really.
like the crowd and like the audience just so.
I'm
like,
Jewish, and I felt like he brought me to church.
Yeah. He just. Christina
and I willingly went.
I went to church.
I'm like, I'm going. Wait, I'm front row.
Christina said something really powerful too. Like, there's such a calm and a still that he brings, but still bringing the power, and it's amazing. Who's next? Because Matthew's
we got 2
amazing.
left. Cole.
All right, my boy Cole. So, Cole, I think.
How about this choice?
Yeah, see, you guys, Blake is really, really smart. Blake chose Adorn by Miguel, so another Voice family, and so smart. Cole has 11,000 Twitter followers, and he's charting at 53 right now.
Oh, wow.
And Cole did so amazing. I mean, he sang an R&B song.
Yeah.
Is there, like Matthew, is there something Cole can't do? I mean, the Jefferson theme
versatile.
song, so versatile, so talented. I really cannot wait for Cole to make an album. I want to buy it. I want to buy his album.
I think people at the record store would be worried of where to put it.
I would buy
because
his
they don't know what genre to put it in.
He's very, like I said,
because he's
very,
everything.
Yeah, but he's very, like, he's got that like classic rock vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
just love that like Joe Cocker sound, and it's just
Seriously, he's so great. And his sister's story was so sad.
Yeah.
It broke your heart. He really couldn't talk about it. It was really, really touching. And I loved him without a guitar. You know?
Yes, he worked well without a guitar.
He does need a little bit more stage training, but he still was amazing without a guitar. It was really great.
It was good to see.
And a standing ovation by the coaches.
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome. For only one of the night.
And then we end with Will.
All right, Mr. Will Champlin. I love Will. I'm so thankful that Adam saved him. Will, we're talking to you on Twitter. Come on our show. We'd love to have you. We'd love to hear your story. Will sang Demons. Will has 19,000 Twitter followers, so that's a lot. He has a lot. He's charting at 67 right now.
Excellent.
that's great.
This was a good song choice by Adam.
Yeah, it was.
And to me, Will laid it all on the line in this one. He knew. He's been in like the bottom of everything and has lost everything. Adam just pulled him like it was like a movie like Hanging by a Cliff. Adam reached out and got him up.
Totally.
So he's just like, I have to go.
Yes.
And rock it out. And I thought he did a fantastic job.
Yeah, and I think America sees it, and America's gonna save him this week because he did so well. He just brought everything he could. And so, according to Twitter and iTunes, let's do some predictions.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. So I really think
the 2 going home.
Oh, the 2 going home.
the 2 going home. I'm gonna say Josh and Johnny. Josh and Johnny are going home. Just according to Twitter followers and who I found charting, Josh and Johnny.
Okay.
What about you, Layla?
I'm gonna also say Josh and Tessanne actually.
No way.
Wow.
She has so many Twitter followers.
She's
put it
got
out
a ton
there.
of them.
She's also still charting from last week.
Okay.
She had a lot of downloads. What about you, Josh?
Well, Josh, no question. Josh, no question, is going home. And you know what? I don't want him to, but I agree with you. I'm saying Johnny. I think Josh and Johnny.
I like Johnny, but I just think that compared to everybody else, they're nothing. And so, where can they find you guys?
We rocked it out. We did it.
Oh, yeah.
We did 5 hours and 53 minutes.
Yes. Yes. You can follow me on Twitter at CRosieVOC. You can also check me out as I host Eastbound and Down, Friday Night SmackDown, and Total Divas. I'm so close to 1,000 Twitter followers. Get me there by next week.
You can find me on Twitter at Layla Sadney or Facebook as well. Layla Sadney.
All right, and you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Chloe West X, also on YouTube, because we will be there. You can download us on iTunes, on podcasts, and also, you guys, vote for me. Let's start a Twitter thing.
Start a Twitter
I want to
thing.
be
Twitter campaign.
I want to be
Christina Milian's replacement.
Milian's replacement on The Voice. Please, 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 y'all. Let's start tweeting it. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was so much fun hosting. Jason will be back next week, and Katrina Parker will be here next week. Everybody, so awesome. We'll see you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.